Hello and welcome to Computers and Courses. We're going to take a look at the show version command today, and it's one of the things that you should get used to taking a look at on either a switch or a router to discover some things about the memory and how the switch was recently restarted. So let's go ahead and jump into a switch here, and we have the switch turned on, and we're going to actually choose disable and just get back to the entry point here, and we're going to type in show version, and this shows us that we have a Cisco Internet Network Operating System, iOS. It's a Cisco iOS software, and it starts out with a version number. So we're running version 12.1, and then Cisco uses these numbers to go ahead and subdivide their software releases. And it gives you some information about technical support, and you can go ahead and see from Cisco's site if this is the latest version of software that you need. And there may be something later, 12.4 or so on, and we can see that this was compiled in 2010. So right now it's edging up on 2013, so this software is probably a little outdated. But just because something comes out, that doesn't mean that you want to go ahead and jump on it. And you also want to make sure that you're getting the right software for your device. You can get out there and be presented with a number of different choices, enterprise level, standard level, and you want to make sure that you're getting what you need. So far we know that we're working with a Cisco iOS, and we have a software version number, and I am on a 2950 router or 2950 switch, and it shows that we are using the 2950 bootloader, and ROM, read-only memory, is one of the types of memory that is in our switches and routers, and that ROM memory is going to be a type of memory that essentially helps the device turn on. So this is where the switch or the router is going to go ahead and read a set of microcode that starts the boot process, and then it checks out some areas such as the post, which is a power on self-test, and normally you see this, or you're maybe more used to seeing this when you start up a computer. So a power on self-test will check out different functions of the device as it turns on, and if it passes the post, then it proceeds on. So then it goes over to the bootstrap process, and that initializes the CPU and lets the router continue loading. And also in ROM, there are two other features: the mini OS or mini iOS, and that would be used if your operating system is corrupt, and also the ROM monitor, and that is also used if you need to go ahead and update a flash version or change a password. So we also see here we've named our switch switch 1, and it's been up for 48 minutes, and it's also been returned to ROM by power on. So it was turned on. And what we're concerned about here, or what we're interested about here, is that this is a nice thing to take a look at if you have a technician who says that they did or did not turn the switch back on, or turn it off and turn it on, you can just simply take a look at this and see whether or not that statement is true. Also, we have, and we're going to go ahead and reload this in just a minute and see how this changes. We also see that our system image file is this long string here, and this is part of flash, and flash is the memory where the iOS resides. And then we have some general information. This product contains cryptographic features, and so on and so forth. This is the legal stuff, but wait, there is more. And a summary of the U.S. laws are here if you require further assistance. And now we find out some information about the processor, so the hardware inside the machine. And we have 199 or 19,911 K of memory, and then tells us about the processor board. And again, last reset from system reset, running a standard image. This is a 24 port switch with 2 gigabit Ethernet interfaces, and this is all just Ethernet. We also have 32K of flash. This is the flash, again, that has the operating system, the iOS on it. This stuff right up here. And that's the iOS that gets loaded or decompressed when the switch or router starts. And it tells us a base MAC address, a motherboard assembly number, power supply part number, motherboard serial number, a couple other things here. Wanted to get to the bottom and really just show you that we also have something called a configuration register. And the configuration register is something that you're going to see, especially if you have to go ahead and change a password. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I'm going to get into enable mode, and I'm going to choose reload, or type reload and confirm this. And we're going to go ahead and just take a quick look at the command in a minute here. So I'm just going to pause while this reloads. Here we see the loading flash is decompressing. If we scroll back up here, we do see that it initialized the flash file system, that the post passed, another post passed, and I keep knocking these out by clicking in here. Don't know if I'll get it back. Here, the post system board passed, the post Ethernet controller passed, application specific integrated circuit initialization passed, the post power on self-test front end loopback test passed, and so on and so forth. And again, we have 32K of flash. Flash is the memory which is has the iOS in it. It's not the NVRAM. The NVRAM is where the running config is stored. And we're going to go ahead and press return to get started. And we're going to do a show version again. System uptime 1 minute. So we can see here, at least by the timing, that the system is up for 1 minute. And that concludes this portion of today's look at the Cisco show version command. And thank you for watching, and please come back to Computers and Courses so we can discover some other things about the Cisco operating system.